Hello, my name is Andrew Brown, and today I am presenting on Sir Frank Whittle. Frank Whittle was born June 1st, 1907. In his primary schooling, he was found to be quite smart yet mischievous. He was very tempted to prank other students, and he also was one that did not really obey teachers, and sometimes was found to be doing things against the rules. And besides this, he was very smart. His test scores were very, very good. He came out as one of his top in his class, and this led him to his future journeys. Whittle wanted to fly. He saw airplanes in London and around England where he was living, and he really wanted to fly. He applied to be a pilot in the Royal Air Force, but he was denied twice due to his short height because he was only 5 feet tall. On his third attempt, he was accepted as an apprentice. As an apprentice at the RAF, Whittle learned the basic construction of an aircraft. He helped construct small aircraft and models and really enjoyed learning about aviation and all that it had to offer. He got his opportunity to fly after a set of cadetships to become a pilot were given out. He was not originally going to get one of these cadetships, but one of the pilots that had been preferred over him did not qualify to receive this cadetship, so he was chosen to take their place after much consideration. He became a pilot and went on to train RAF pilots in combat tactics and other basic piloting skills that they would need to benefit them in the RAF. While in school, he was considering ways to improve aircraft, and he settled on the need for a new engine, the turbojet engine. This engine would allow planes to fly at higher altitudes, which was more efficient and way far away from the enemy aircraft. And this would allow them to avoid the enemy and also to be able to attack and not be attacked. And the planes at the time were not capable of such a mission, and so he knew that the turbojet was needed. The creation of the first turbojet engine. Whittle had taken his research that he had done on a turbojet engine and what was needed to create one, and he received a patent for his design, and this design was one that had not previously ever been conceived, and it was one of his own doing, and it was very innovative for the time. The Air Defense Ministry told him to make the jet engine, so he was forced to stop flying. And so this ended his career, which was somewhat crushing, but it allowed him to create what he really wanted to create, and that was the jet engine. He didn't have the money, and so the Air Defense Ministry funded it because they saw the need for such an engine. On April 12th, 1937, he successfully tested his jet engine. He was the first person to successfully start and run a jet engine. His engine was put into production and put in the Gloucester E-28 and 29, which flew in 1941. This is Whittle and his jet engine, and it's a very large engine, as you can see, and it looks very complex, which it is, and that's what makes it remarkable that he was able to innovate this all on his own doing, and to get the funding and to prove the military that it was a reliable engine and concept that they should put into their aircraft to help them better their fleet and to achieve their mission of defense and also offense. In his later life, Whittle retired from the Royal Air Force in 1948, and he was knighted shortly afterwards, which is a very high honor in England. He immigrated to the U.S. in 1976, and a year later he became a research professor at the U.S. Naval Academy in Annapolis, Maryland. And as a research professor, he was able to provide his knowledge, and he received many awards for his knowledge of aerodynamics and other concepts, and was a very accomplished person. He wrote a book called Jet that is about his life and the creation of the jet engine. And this was his most important pursuit in life, and it really did pay off. And today we can see that in all our commercial aircraft, our military aircraft, and all the many changes that it's really made to our life, whether we notice them or not. It's the jet engine propels really a lot in our life. These are all of my references. I use the BBC, Britannica, and Genesis of the Jet by Golly and Whittle. Thank you all for listening to my presentation on Frank Whittle, and I hope that you all learned a lot and were able to find Frank Whittle as interesting as I had. Thank you.